What's up? Good morning, everybody. Party people in the house. I am sorry for being late. If you got kids, oh my gosh. I got a 12-year-old who's about to turn 13, who seemingly has the attention span of a 6-month-old when it comes to getting ready to get out the house. Ha! Woosah. It's on me. It's on me. I don't know why I expect this boy to do anything different. It's really on me at this point. Anyway, you know it's also on me? This show, man. It is Friday. Feliz Viernes for my Latinos who are out there. It is Texas versus Arkansas, and I'm hyped. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Help Unc. Because Unc is frustrated right now. So help your Unc just relax and calm down. We got a lot of topics to get into, a lot of things that we need to discuss today. And let's just dive into it, y'all. Let's just dive into it. Let's just get into it. I hope everyone's been having a good week. Right now, y'all, 2 games left. And it's crazy when you think about it because it's 2 games left. If we get 2 games, that's a regular season. 2 games in less than 7 days. Right? Or two games will be 5 days. So, yeah, 2 games in about 7 days, right? And this is it. This is it. It's now or never at this time. You know, it's a now. I think my producer, Tyler, might have put that in there, but it's now or never for this team. It's they either go out, show out, and do what they're supposed to do and close out the season strong, or we're talking about one of the most disappointing seasons on the 40 acres in recent history. It ends up probably being the most disappointing season since the year after the Sugar Bowl. You know, we know the Sugar Bowl happens, and Sam Ehlinger is talking about we're back, and you know everyone's riding high, and we're all feeling good, and we're all chilling, and everybody had a great time in New Orleans, and we just loving life, you know. And then that season happened, it's 8 wins, and we're like, what the hell just happened here? And so, obviously, with the preseason expectations being what they were. Right now, it's really this is the moment. This is the moment. This is the moment that they have to get it right. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, what this whole thing entails. Sorry, we got the injury report last night. I don't know if you guys saw it. Anthony Hill's listed as questionable, still listed as questionable. Steve Sarkisian was on his conference call yesterday, talking a little bit about that. And he talked about Ant Hill, and he said basically that Ant Hill could be a game time decision, and he could go up to that. And he's a guy that, as long as he's going through the walkthroughs and the practices, that he's a guy that they can throw in, right? You know, in that game, and he wants to play against Texas A&M. I think that's one of the things Alex talked about. You know, it's interesting. You know, if this game had been any other team, probably, with the exception of a Georgia or Ohio State, but some other team on the SEC schedule, it's kind of like, you know, who knows? But it's, you know, it's Arkansas. You got Texas A&M, and you know these are important games, rivalry games, right? It's more of a rivalry for Arkansas than it is for Texas in an ironic way. It's still an important game. I went to that Arkansas game. It's interesting. What was that Arkansas game? Was it the one where they lost? And I remember Catch the whole off season. He was telling me, man, you know, Arkansas, Texas rivalry, Arkansas, Texas rivalry. I was like, Arkansas sucks. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Arkansas is trash. Like, that is trash. First of all, had a great time there. I forget what city I stayed in, but it was cool. I went to this restaurant. It was called Orange. Was actually owned by a Longhorn fan. Great food, kind of good old fashioned, so on and so forth. Nonetheless, what ends up happening, Texas ends up losing that game. And that's the Hudson Card, Casey Thompson game. That's the last time we really saw Hudson as a starter, and Casey Thompson takes over for that. So we know for them, it means a lot. For you, you think rivalry, right? You think Oklahoma, you think Texas A&M. You don't necessarily put Arkansas in that conversation. But for them, Texas is a huge rival. So you know you're going to get their best shot. You know that they come in guns a-blazing. Like, they want this. And this is one of those games that's dangerous. It's dangerous for a lot of reasons, but this is a dangerous game because this salvages a little bit of Arkansas season. Y'all remember, these aren't bad memories, but a few years ago when the first time Kansas beat Texas, and Kansas gave David Beatty an extension after that game, right? Because he was like, I know we're bad, but you beat Texas. And that's all he needed to get an extension. It was like a 2-win season. It was crazy, right? Like, what the hell are y'all doing? And then y'all trying to fire him and didn't want to pay him his money. Like, all kinds of great stuff, right? This is one of those things that doesn't necessarily mean like Sam Pittman goes into that role. But if Arkansas could come in here and win, it's one of those things that it just helps them feel a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Not great, but feel a little bit better about where they are. So, in any case, Ant Hill's going to try to play. Ryan Wingo has been upgraded. He's at questionable. So you feel pretty good about, okay, this is where Texas is going into that. There's another thing that, we started talking to the media yesterday. I'm going to get to the meat of it. This is also a big weekend for recruiting. I asked Sark about that. And you got to think, in the month of October, they were home. And then they come home for like 1 week, which is the Vanderbilt game. But as Sark kind of explained in the outline, it was really interesting. He outlined, when I asked him a question, he said, even for the Vanderbilt game, which was like an 11 o'clock game, those games are hard to get to. Sometimes kids are playing in the playoff. It wasn't the playoffs, but they have games the night before. It's hard to say, can they turn around the next day and get there? And again, if you are playing, let's say you're in California or somewhere else, right, and you're playing, can you then hop a flight the next morning and get to an 11 o'clock game? It's just difficult, right? So he said like, unless you live like within 3 hours, it's really hard to get guys to the Vanderbilt game. So this upcoming Saturday and next Friday, I said 7 days, right? Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure I did my math correctly. These from a recruiting perspective, this is huge. Like, these are two huge weeks in order to seal the deal, to close it with guys. Because at least now for 2:30 kickoff, you can get guys coming in. A lot of people's seasons are over, right? And so it's easier to get those guys in. And of course, next week is he said even next week is harder because it's a night game. But he said even next week is going to be a little bit more difficult recruiting wise because it's also the holidays and people will really want to travel for the game, their weekend. They gotta, you gotta fly out on Thanksgiving Day to get here. So, it's a little bit more difficult. So he said this weekend becomes like a huge recruiting weekend for Texas in order to kind of seal the deal. And then after they get past that, then they get past signing day when the season's over, then they'll go ahead and get into figuring out the transfer portal, which is when we'll get really excited and really hyped starting to talk about that and what that's going to look like, right? So, so this weekend from a recruiting perspective is a huge one. Now, the other thing, we can have some fun on this. We're gonna have some fun on this for just a little bit. Sark decided that he was going to go ahead and dunk on Desmond Howard yesterday. Now, sometimes, sometimes when people try to be funny, they're not that funny, and then sometimes when people say something and it just comes out naturally, it's way funnier. And this came out natural for Sark, and I actually thought it was hilarious. In fact, this is a God honest truth. When he does his Zoom stuff on Thursdays, I usually record it, and I usually use like a recording device. Well, the problem is, I started laughing, and I was chuckling, like I'm laughing right now, kikiing, all that kikiing shit. Sorry for cursing so early. It's Friday. Friday, by the way, is a relaxed day for me. I'm always in a good mood on Friday. And he decided to fire the shot. He goes, so he said he was asked by Danny Davis originally about the thing. And Sark kind of blew it off a little bit, but then I think he felt bad about blowing it off, and he's like, "Hey, Dan, if you want to get back in here and ask another question, you can." So Danny kind of asked the question. The question is basically, "Hey, when you got on that SEC conference call on Wednesday, who was that message to? Who are you talking about?" And he started going into like, hey, it's for, everybody. And he also talked about, hey, someone had asked him early in the conference call, like, hey, did you feel the need to do that because there was tampering going on with your team? And he said, yes. There were people who were using and throwing that thing out, that possibility that Sark may leave out, to then contact players at Texas to say, hey, your coach is out about to bounce. Why don't you come over to this school? Why don't you come over to our school, right? All those kind of things. So, and then we all know about the Desmond Howard thing, which is such a peculiar thing, though. It's funny now. I don't even think I noticed that Desmond had a bucket hat on that said just fine. I noticed the bucket hat. I don't think I noticed the words. So anyway, Sark decides. He also said, maybe for some of the pundits out there that don't cover me, this is why he said, he's like, who is this directed to? And he said, maybe for some of the pundits out there that don't cover me and cover our program on a regular basis, so that they can understand that they can't just take their trash out and then have a thought to think that, hey, I think that Texas is going to have a job opening. So I don't know. Think about something else when you're taking out your trash. Or taking your trash out. And listen, SEC shorts, if they don't have material for what they post on Monday, they should definitely have a good time with this one. They should. This is a funny one. It's honestly, I think it's probably one of the funniest things I've heard Sark say in a press conference. He's said some other stuff that's been cool and clever, and sometimes he tries to be clever, but this honestly was like one of the funniest things I heard. Like I said, I recorded it, but y'all would have heard me kikiing in the background, so I couldn't play it for you. So he was finally able to kind of put that whole thing to rest and move on. And which, by the way, can I just say, it's Friday. I try to be chill today. But can I just say, like, at the end of the day, I'm kind of just feeling, as it relates to that subject, man, sorry, the thing is, it's just got to be about this year anyway. Like, I don't know if Sark is having that kind of year that NFL teams are just saying, like, we got to have you. Like, I think that would have maybe been last year. I don't necessarily know if that's this year. To me, it's all about finishing what you started, which is finishing strong and finishing out this season. And so he can put that to rest, but then he's got to go back to, now we're back into, oh, yeah, by the way, this is a team that's coming off one of the worst losses in the Steve Sarkisian era. It's like, it was almost like we got a distraction. And that was a good distraction, quite honest with you, because that almost took. Now, if I was a real conspiracy theory, I'm like, well, let's somebody throw this out here so no one's talking about the loss, right? Let's talk about everything else. And again, I'm joking, right? Y'all don't get on X and start saying Almore said, well, don't do that. Some of y'all haters do, but I gotta be honest with you. I'm the king of mute on X. I'm a mutant kind of person. A mutation. I will mute someone so fast. I never give anyone the satisfaction of blocking them because I don't want them to be able to screenshot it and say, oh, look, Omar blocked me, right? But I'll mute someone in a hot minute. So sometimes I'll see something I posted and it'll be the notification will be this notification from someone you muted. I'm like, talking to themselves. So anyway, no, I forgot where my thought was. But in any case, so we got past that. We got past all the that stuff, and now we're back to the football aspect of it. Now we're back to the football of, okay, Sark, how do you guys salvage what's left of this season. Now, I talked to some people behind the scenes this week, and they still talking, even after everything came up, they're talking playoffs. And they're still thinking this team, this program has a chance in order to make the playoffs. And I just got to be honest with you. I ain't got time for that conversation. I can't. I don't got time for big picture stuff. I just don't. I don't. It's not to say it can't happen, but for me, I'm looking at a team that has been inconsistent, underachieving, and is coming off a horrible loss. I can't just then jump to, yeah, I know that 25-point loss thing just happened, right? I know this team was embarrassed, but put that to the side for a second. All we got to do is just beat these two teams. That's why I sound like Bill Cosby. All we got to do is beat these two teams and give them some Jello pudding pops. And I can't jump to that. I did sound like Bill Cosby for some odd reason. Obviously, Rodolfo Money B has no clue who Bill Cosby is, but everybody else probably does. They're like, who? Fat Albert? No, that's the guy from Saturday Night Live. That's the Fat Albert, right? No, cartoons. Anyway, it's Friday, y'all. Just chill out. It's a good time. Friday's a good time. Friday is when I just cut loose and enjoy myself, really. I don't know what it is, but I just think getting ready for the weekend. But this is now where we're focusing on the task at hand, right? Which is you gotta find a way to beat Arkansas. You gotta find a way to rebound. And to me, if this team can go out there and at least, okay, beat Arkansas, it's not going to move the needle as relates to anything probably within the playoffs, unless some teams lose and then maybe Texas moves up, but it has to be like a really good victory, right? I mean, some impressive victories there. Probably doesn't move the needle that so much, but get that win. For me, it's more about get this win, get the win versus A&M. That's 9. Okay. Now, even if you don't go to the playoffs, I'm not even talking about the playoffs. If you don't go to the playoffs, but you go to a bowl game, you get to 10. 10 is a little bit easier to stomach because at least if you get to 10, you can tell yourself, all right, bad day at the office versus Florida. You can then say, Georgia, just the team wasn't prepared. Then you can go to the narratives that are coming out now. Now the narratives as things aren't going everybody's way. The narratives now are, hey, this was a young team. This was an inexperienced team. Like all the things we talked about in the offseason. And now it's like, hey, you do know that we were a young team. We're like, well, no, blank, Sherlock. All of us said that. But all of y'all told us, and I don't mean y'all, them, told us, yeah, but we're good. We're good. We don't need to do anything else. So we went off of what y'all told us. Now y'all are telling us, hey, we was a young team. And now we're like, all right, you could have said that beforehand, and then we would have adjusted our expectations accordingly. But no one said that beforehand. So we went with what you told us. All right, now it's cool. But at least if you get to 10, I think you can you can feel good, even though if you don't make the playoffs, you can say, all right, well, it's a 10-win season, 3 straight double-digit win seasons. This team was young, but now they have a chance to grow and get better, right? And so you can tell yourself stuff. But what you can't do, and what you won't be able to lie to yourself at any point, is if this team goes 8-4. You can't lie to yourself at that point. That is I gotta look in the mirror. I gotta be honest with myself. I gotta say these jeans do not fit. I have gained some weight. I gotta look at myself and say I may have a little dad bod. I know you can't tell it from out here, but I keep telling you to do something special for yourself because live each day like it was your last. One day it might be, and then next you know. I'll push my stomach out just to be dramatic. But next thing you know, all these Jersey Mikes are starting to add up. 8-4, we can't lie to ourselves. 7-5, we need an intervention. So the biggest thing is that this team has got to go out. You've got to figure out Arkansas. And then once you figure out Arkansas, then you got to get to Texas A&M and go from there. And, I see people talking about A&M in the chat. Like, here's the thing. It's a bridge too far for me to just automatically assume anything as relates to this team. When you think about the roller coaster of emotions we have been on. Think about this for a second. Think about we have been on this ride. Preseason expectations, and don't just say it's the media who pumped up this team. Don't say that, because they were number one in the coaches poll. So everybody like to blame the media for stuff, and that's cool. But the coaches had them at number one, right? So you had them like that. And then Ohio State loss happens, and you said, okay, could have been a little bit better. That no offense, but all right, we're going to get into the non-conference games. We're going to regroup, we're going to reload, and we're going to be all right. Non-conference games happen. You're like, man, this don't really feel that good. And Sam Houston State happened. Well, we didn't care about that, right? We were like, there's nobody's like. I mean, I know some people were saying, hey, man, Texas is that's supposed to be something we hang our hat on, and then you can't really do that, right? And so they go on a bye, and then they have Florida, and now all of a sudden we're down. It's a horrible dip, and everyone's thrown up. Now you think to yourself, all right, this is bad, but this is bad, and now we got to face Oklahoma. And you're like, man, I don't even know what's going to happen in Oklahoma, man. Like, we just lost to Florida, and then you beat Oklahoma, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I feel like we're going back up. We're going back up. This is okay. We're good. All right, we're good. And then it's life or death versus Kentucky. And you're like, what the hell just happened? And then it's life or death against Mississippi State. You're like, what the hell just happened? So now you're like at Vanderbilt. And for several quarters, you're like, all right, we are good. We are good. And then you barely beat Vanderbilt. But you're like, well, you know what? At the end of the day, it's a victory. It's a top 10 team. That's all that damn matters. And then you're like, all right, cool. We're good. Going into Athens. Georgia. I mean, what's Georgia holding? They ain't got nothing. I mean, it's been like this all year long. And now we're going into Arkansas, and it's like, are we going to go up here? Are we going to go down here? Like, where the hell are we going to be when it's all said and done? I can't get to A&M. And look, logically, I can look at the numbers and say, man, Arkansas is not that good. But then I look and say, well, damn it. Texas, when they've played these teams that we have said are not that good, we're either a loss or about to lose, and they pull it off in a miracle moment. And if you say, well, damn it, this game is at home, maybe, but then I go to the non-conference games. Then I go to Vanderbilt. So it's been a crazy, crazy season. I don't know what to expect. But my hope is that they get it right. They get it right this weekend and finally look like the team that we hope that they would be. And by the way, Longhorn Football Edits, thank you. He must got paid today. He just put $5 in the tip jar. He said, have a drink on me this weekend. Thank you. $5 to get me one of my other energy drinks, but I would definitely have a little something as a result of you. That $5 would definitely go to the tip jar. Oh yeah, I got plans this weekend. Y'all already know. So that's kind of where we are, like heading into that. I think 9-3 has to be the goal. 9-3 has to be the goal. And then we finish it up from there. So all right, let's get into something. Let's get into my keys. I got the keys. All right, my 5 keys to victory for Texas versus Arkansas this upcoming weekend. Number 1. It is going to stay number 1. It's going to number 1 and number 5. I ain't changing. 2 through 3, I will change. But my sandwich, my bread is going to stay the same. My bun is going to be the same, right? But the meat inside is going to change. Number 1 will always be number 1 because it's that damn important. Don't get Arch Manning killed. I don't mean literally. I mean offensive line. Y'all got to do something. You know what? And this is why. Because I feel like, I said this on the Prize Pick show yesterday. I feel like every week or not every week, but we've gone into games and we've said, you know what? Man, this team over here, man, they don't got no pass rush. They're not that great. What do people say going into that Georgia game? Man, they don't have the guys that they had last year. I mean, they're just not as good up front. Linebackers aren't as good. Could have fooled me. But I knew that going in, that was going to be some BS. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because they told me that going into Kentucky. That's why when I had Dash on the show, I was like, man, Dash, you said that last year. I don't believe you, Dash. Going to Kentucky. Oh, Kentucky, they can't get to the quarterback. They can't sack the quarterback. So Arch Manning can't get killed. It is what it is, man. Hell, and it's not all just offensive line, by the way. In the last game, you saw running backs missing blocks. Like at the end of the day, man, I know some of it's on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the running backs, sometimes it's the tight ends, right? Though everyone has got to be in sync. Everyone's got to be in unison. They've got to be better to protect that guy because he's playing better. He's playing better. He's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but he's playing better. He was bad. He's playing better, so that's good. We're seeing progress with him, but everybody around him has got to play better, especially us when it starts up front. So I need the frontline guys to block better. I need the running backs to block better. I need the tight ends to block better. Put your hands on somebody. Put your helmet in someone's chest, but you got to freaking block though. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Somebody just dropped it. Did somebody dropped it? $20. Okay, y'all got some super chats coming in. Oh, y'all got paid. It's Friday. Y'all got paid. And then you got some of y'all got 2 weeks from now, y'all get holiday pay, right? Something. I don't know. Companies even do that stuff anymore. Anybody got a company that next week is doing like a potluck, a Thanksgiving potluck? Can I tell you real quick? I'm gonna get back to all my keys. I hated those things because I don't like to. Here's my thing. I'm just real particular. Unless I see your kitchen, I ain't trying to eat from you. I ain't trying to eat anything that you brought in. I'm sorry, man. I need to see your kitchen first. Marjorie, I appreciate your effort on this casserole, but I don't know what do you got cats on your counter, Marjorie? Some people let cats be on the counter, right? You ever see stuff and they show like animals like licking the spoon and stuff? They start. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I never did a potlucks, man, unless it was store-bought and I saw them open it. I was never eating it. Anyway, Barb's 10 says, drink and happy hour, because Thanksgiving's next week. Drink and happy hour appetizer. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I'm taking my old lady out tonight. I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks. Been real busy, so I'm taking her out tonight. So that would help in the tip jar. I appreciate you, Barb's 10. And man, I appreciate you, Barb's 10. All of y'all really from always being here, faithful contributors that you guys are. And look at here. Now Bart, he came in football as we 45. Oh snap! I got a couple of J's. All right, baby, you can get 2. Baby, get 2. Baby, you got 2 drinks. Don't have 3 because she get a little. She a Latina. You never know. When we get to 3 or 4, I mean, it could be a good night, or it could be a bad night. Nah, I'm just joking. I never know when she's watching the show, so I say that with jokes and a little bit of fear in my heart, in my voice. I see you, Barbs, and thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for throwing in that. I do appreciate both of y'all there. Y'all are awesome. All right, let me get back to my keys, right? Let me do number 2. The number 2 key that I think everybody's going to agree on. I don't need no parents coming at me when y'all see me walking down the Bevo Boulevard tomorrow. I don't need no hostility. But my second key is catch the damn ball. Let's just keep it as simple as that. Catch the damn ball. But Arch Manning hits you, you gotta catch the damn ball. I'm sorry. Like I can't have my guy on one end fearing for his life because he doesn't know who's about to take his head off. And then on the second end, when he finally could get off some passes, he's getting off passes and you're open, you're dropping the damn ball. I ain't even mentioning nobody by name. Y'all know who you are. You gotta catch the damn ball. Why? Because that's your job. You're a receiver. Your job is to receive. There's givers, like the quarterback would be, and then there are receivers. And we need you to do that. Michael, my business, key to victory, score more points than them. Well, that's one way. Usually doesn't work in the opposite, right? Got to catch the damn ball. I'm tired of seeing that. You got to catch the damn ball. It just is what it is. Number 3. By the way, I like sarcasm. You ain't gonna come in here. Nobody can come in here and easily offend me. But that can be offended. Number 3, gotta get pressure on the quarterback. Here's the thing. All right, I'm gonna say this. I just don't like it when Texas sits back in coverage. I just don't like it. I feel like this defense is more dynamic, and I understand you can't send them on every down. Like, I get that, right? I understand football. At some point, it becomes predictable. They pick up the blitz, and then, so on and so forth. But this defense does its best work when they are attacking. When they are in attack mode and pinning their ears back and saying, we're going to get them. It's lunchtime. It's time to eat. What y'all do? Y'all young people, y'all do this when it's time to eat. Okay, man, what is going on here? What is going on here? Man, baby, I was going to take you to Olive Garden. We're going to go to a steakhouse tonight. Barb's 10. Hey, $40. I shut the hell up. He said, I ain't no punk. Logo Football Edits, have a steak on me up 45.31. Hell yeah. I got reservations for a steakhouse anyway. So y'all are really contributing to that. I can tell you that much. I got her covered. Barb's 10. Barb's really got paid. Barb's really got paid today. Barb's is like, man, he is. Or Barb's had like a gummy last night and he's still feeling it. He like, man, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and I don't know. I'm just gonna hit. Barb's gonna get his Apple bill next month. Be like, $500. What the hell was I doing? Who the hell is OB to I? I appreciate you. Man. I got enough to order a meal. Oh, baby, Gabriella, you get dessert today, girl. Your man's got you. Baby, y'all remember when I called her about the enchiladas? By the way, no more enchiladas by Catch, right? I guess that thing is done. They showed her the enchiladas and stuff. Lord, man, Barb's 10 is out here. Man, I don't know. I feel like a TV preacher right now. Who else wants to give? Anybody else? Hey, lock the doors. Y'all ever see the Marvin Wine thing? Lock the doors, ushers. Lock the doors. Lock the doors. Don't let nobody out. I need more people to keep giving. More people need to keep giving. Lock the doors. I feel like it. I feel like Jim Baker or something like that, man. TD Jakes. I don't even know. $5. Keys of victory. Just put the tip in the jar. Boy, that could be interpreted in a lot of different ways, South End Zone Queen. What kind of a tip in the what's the jar to just put the tip. I. I promise you, I haven't had one thing to drink today. I promise you, I have not had one thing to drink today. Anybody else? Who else? Who else amongst you wants to give? Who else amongst you? If you feel led, come give. Come now. But ushers, lock the door. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know where this show's done. All right, let me keep going. I just know South End Zone Queen wants you to only put the tip in the jar. She's made it clear. Only the tip. Oh my God. Where the hell was I? Get pressure on the quarterback. Look, this defense has given up 35 points over the last three games, right? You gotta get. I like it when this defense. That's where I was. I like it when this defense. I like it when this defense pins their. I was in such a serious mode too. I like when this defense pins their ears back. Oh my God! All right. I'm here. I'm here. Squirrel. All right, I'm back. I like when his defense pins their ears back, and I like it when they attack. I love it when I see that version. I like Colin Simmons coming off the edge. I like Anthony Hill applying pressure. I like seeing Ethan Burke. I like it when I see Trey Moore getting. That's the thing. And I feel like when I see that going, I know this defense is clicking. And when I feel like they're just dropping guys in coverage, I feel like they're getting picked apart. And I don't understand some of the communication issues that are going on. But I feel like if you could, this is a team, this is a quarterback that can apply pressure. That can apply, not when I say apply pressure, he's a quarterback that can put up some points. The offense actually puts up a decent amount of points, right? And so because of that, this has got to be one of those things that you got to apply pressure to the quarterback. Don't let them sit back there. Don't let them operate. They have, I believe, the third-ranked offense in the SEC, if I'm correct. Let me see. Look this up real quick. Yeah, third-ranked offense. Arkansas actually is averaging 470 offensive yards per game, which is wild. I'm going to show you this real quick. And I see there's more. I see there's more, by the way. I see there's more that's coming. Won't you come? Won't you two put some money into the jar? Won't you two put the tip in? My last $2. We're not gonna get lost. Okay. Money B came in. More people. Won't you come? Won't you come? Come to the church of Anwar. Come, and you're giving me money. Come. I'm well over $100. Run the ball, CRDKR. I'll be drunk, so don't mind me. You know what we need? We need to start like I don't need another group chat. No, this is good. This is good here. I don't need another thing that I don't like teams. So yeah, Money B is going to be out there. Some of y'all keep asking about tailgating and everything. Y'all should figure out like a meetup spot and then tailgate. But just honestly, like if you're one of those like weird dudes who like makes women feel creepy, then I don't really want you to be around anybody here. I don't need you to be around Michelle or Tex Blonde or something. If you're one of those creepy dudes, and you know you're creepy, right? You don't go for the meetup, right? But everybody else who ain't weird, y'all can do the meetup thing, okay? I need to protect my women because some of y'all, you know. But Money B, it's more. I feel like I feel like someone else wants to give $20. If you feel that urgent, just come right here to the altar right now. Someone wants to give another 20. I feel it. Okay, so, all right. I got more. I'm trying to get here. I got more. I was going to make sure I went extra just because I came in 5 minutes late. I don't even give a damn about the time. I don't give a damn. It's Friday. I don't care. All right, Money B. Guess what number 4 was, Money B? Run the ball. Money B, we're in unison. Okay, I don't want to be too sacrilegious because I do want to get in heaven one day, but we are in unison. Our church is flowing. I don't want to say the spirit because that might sound sacrilegious, but the Longhorn spirit is flowing here because Money B said run the ball. And how all my interruptions led me to my 4th point, which is exactly the point that Money B made, which is run the ball. And running the ball, look, there's some explosives that need to happen. That has to happen. Guys got to make guys miss. At the end of the day, you got to make guys miss. And I'm not putting that all on Wisner. I'm not putting that on Baxter. It's hard to make someone miss to their defense. It's hard to make someone miss if someone misses a damn block. How the hell is Wise supposed to make someone miss when as soon as it gets the ball, it's got someone in his face, right? In a miracle world, I would say make a guy miss, but how the hell is he going to make a miss? You're not even giving him room to operate. Y'all got to run the ball, give these guys some room to operate, to do some damn things, and then go from there. Got to run the ball, though. You got to establish the run. You can't be just a one-dimensional team. And Sark, by the way, on you and Sark has to stay committed to the run because they started off running it effectively against Georgia and then kind of went away from it. And Sark would tell you, we didn't really have opportunities. Well, the game was a close game up until the 4th quarter. Now, by the time you got to the 4th quarter and the heavens opened, then at that point, there was not much you could do. But you started off kind of looking good. Started off effective. I don't stop moving around so much. Started off being kind of effective. And then you went away from it. So there has to be a commitment to the run. And then y'all got to give these guys an opportunity space in order to do that. It works both ways. So running backs. So any running backs families that are out there, and I see y'all, because I run into a lot of these families. And sometimes, usually the interactions are pretty good. Sometimes they seem a little odd. I'm like, I don't feel like I ever criticized your kid, but I don't know, but you might have been drinking today. I don't know. So, any case, it's my thing when y'all see me run the ball, but it's not all on the running backs. There's a lot of other things that need to happen. The coaches need to be committed to it. There's got to be blocking up front because damn near you got to give them the space and opportunity to do things. But then when you do get the space and an opportunity, then you got to make guys miss. You got to take it to the house. And number 5, and y'all always know number 5 is take the points. Now, last week there weren't really a lot of points to be taken. But if given be quiet, Michelle. No. Listen, Michelle, I'm not finessing anyone. The people feel led to give. And when you feel led, don't you know when you give to me? No, let me stop. Stop. Okay, good. Now, what I was about to say would have definitely put me in that, like, when I get up to the gates and be like, oh, so you wanted to be the funny man on November 21st, 2025, huh? No. Gotta take the points, Sark. Take the points. You got to take the points, and when it comes and you have the opportunity, you just gotta go with it, And I think this might end up being a close game, and so most of them are. with the exception of Georgia, most of them are. And this is one of those games that I just think, Sark, you got the opportunity, and you got an opportunity to kick a 42-yarder, 43-yarder. You just got to go for it at that point. So yes, take the points. Those are my 5 keys. And then to prediction, I'll go with Texas 34, Arkansas 31. Loving that. I'm going to go ahead and go with that. Again, my predictions have been pretty damn wrong. Can I make a confession too? Last week when I did the Prize Pick show and we did our predictions, I predicted that Georgia would beat Texas, right? And then on Friday morning, I was kind of multitasking and I was trying to get out the house in order to go catch a plane. And so I wasn't paying attention enough to my predictions. And so I predicted that Texas would beat Georgia, but the way I wrote it, it had everything leading up to a Georgia prediction. And then I saw something online, like later got to the airport, and I was reading the thing on Orange Buds, and like, oh, all the OB mods agree. And I'm like, what do you mean all agree? I'm like, I know that I felt. So in any case, I realized I put in the wrong prediction, but then I didn't want to change it because, everyone talk about enchiladas and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to throw off something in the universe? And so I was like, I can't change superstition. So I just left it, even though that's not what I meant to do. And I was like, there's no win if I change it now. If I change it now, and I'm like, no, I meant to say Georgia. Then everyone's going to get pissed off, right? So in any case, I ended up being wrong. And most of my predictions about this team this year have been wrong. So hopefully this is one that I'm correct about. So that's my hope. I predicted Vandy to win. The opposite happened. So maybe I should have predicted Arkansas to win. I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know. There's just too many superstitions. Here's all I got to say. Take it out of everyone's hands, Texas, and make sure that you guys go out there and handle your damn business. This, right, real quick before we get out of here. I'm supposed to do a 30-minute show. We're closing in on 50. All right, let's look at this thing. Games this weekend in this -25 font that my producer has put together. Like, my old eyes can read this. You have no clue how close to the screen I am at this moment. And to see this is worse than the bottom of a seeing eye, the eye chart at the doctor. Like, I can't. Okay, Sanford's at Texas A&M. Missouri's at Oklahoma. Charlotte's at Georgia. And here's the thing. This is I pointed this out the other day, but this really goes back to the scheduling stuff. Man, Texas has got to get this. Texas has got to get better scheduling. Because look at what everybody's doing before rivalry games. Sanford's at Texas A&M, right? Missouri's at Oklahoma, fine. Charlotte's at Georgia. That's 2 easy ones. Eastern Illinois is at Alabama. 3rd one. Mercer is at Auburn. 4th one. Kentucky at Vanderbilt. Okay, who cares? Arkansas at Texas. Coastal Carolina at South Carolina. 5th easy one. Tennessee at Florida. And then you got Western Kentucky at LSU. Look at that. If I'm Sark, I'm like, why the hell are we playing Arkansas before A&M? What the hell is this? Who the hell is drawing up this schedule? This is the SEC, and this is what they're doing. They're making sure all these other teams get these easy layups before their rivalry games. And Texas has got to play a rivalry game before a rivalry game. Now, you want to talk about some BS? That's some BS. But anyway, that's your lineup for this upcoming weekend, which, like I said, I think that's just trash. If I'm Chris Delcani, I'm telling them, man, look at here. Y'all, you got to do better than this. Now, imagine what this week looks like coming off the Georgia loss if you're playing Sam Houston State this week. Now you got a chance to fix everything. You even got a chance to fix everything. It's BS. If Texas got to play their 3 non-conference games in September, and then they had to get the gauntlet. And then everybody else is basically, I don't say everybody, but half the league is getting an easy victory, a layup before their rivalry games. That's ridiculous. That's 100% ridiculous. All right, y'all. I don't know what y'all doing this weekend. I already told you, I got enough money for date night. I mean, it's obviously doesn't transfer over right now, so on and so forth. But I got enough. I appreciate everybody who gave. All of y'all. Is there one more? Hey, man, I hope everyone has a good weekend, man. I'm going to go out. I'm going to have myself a good time this weekend. Be safe. Call an Uber. I'm going to follow my own advice. Call an Uber. That's there. Did I miss a super chat? Money B? I missed another one? Wait. I thought I caught all. Wait, all right. Everybody's saying super chat. All right, calm down. No, y'all yelling. What are you yelling at me? Hold on. Where the hell? How far away is it? Well, Money B, I got this super chat. So I got, wait. What's the other super chat? What is, this one? I missed that one. I thank God, if that's the one I missed. Thank God, $20 goes in there because South End Zone Queen says, just the tip. She said, I only want a tip in the jar. I only want a tip in the jar. Yes, to South End Zone Queen. Only wanting a tip in the jar. Hold on. He said there's more. There's got to be a better way. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me go through this. Hold on. Let me do a search. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going through it. I've seen there's a $50 one in here somewhere. Where the hell is that? Who? There's another one from Longhorn Football Edits. Hold on. Y'all better not be telling me something. If it was this one, I put this one up here from Longhorn Football Edits. I'm going to show you listen. We're going to go through all this, all right? I'm going to make sure nobody, I did a search. Okay. First one I saw was this, all right? Run the ball. Then I saw, the 50. I don't see, hold on. There's a 50. There's not a 50 that's showing up on mine. Hold on. Who the hell's dropped 50? Hold on. All right. Yeah, I believe y'all when you say someone dropped a 50. However, it's not showing up on my end. It's not Longhorn Football Edits. I'm just telling you, it's not showing up on my end. So whatever it is, do not put another 50 in, Longhorn Football Edits. Don't put another 50 in. Give me your comment of what you said, and I'll make sure that gets shown, because I'm just telling you, I'm doing a search, and for right now, I don't have it. So just 50 Longhorns. All right, I know y'all saying it. Just put it up. Just tell me what it is. I'll keep the show going. We'll talk about something else. I just don't want to make sure. I don't want to end the show and feel like I took somebody's money, because that would kind of be crappy. So if there was a 50 spot that came in, let me know. What else can we talk about there as we're waiting for that? Hey, if you're looking for something to do, because I guess I'm glad this happened, because I guess I don't want Adam Lowy suing my ass for not mentioning the Longhorn post-game show. Texas versus Arkansas post-game show. That will be tomorrow. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. If you're watching it from home, you want to chill out, make sure you join us for the post-game show. Be Jason, Chad, myself, Catch. Those guys will be at the Texas Courthouse broadcasting live. I know some of you guys have gone and checked that out. So make sure you guys check out the show this upcoming weekend, this Saturday here. All right, Longhorn football edits. This I know you. Listen. I'm trying to tell y'all. This is what I'm talking. This is what needs to happen. I'm doing a search. This last thing, and I can't keep this. This is all I see. I just said Texas by 50. Appreciate y'all, fam. All right, if that's what he said and that was it, perfect. There you go. I'm just gonna tell you on my end, it never popped up. But I'm glad if you dropped a 50 spot in and you said Texas by 50, then damn it, it's Texas by 50. Get shot 9 times, kind of 50. Hate it or love it, kind of 50. If I can't do it, it can't be done, kind of 50. That's the kind of 50 that we need. The magic stick 50. The magic stick, put the tip in South End. Okay. All right. Let me stay. It was your last. Hey, listen. All I'm going to say is this. Give me a like. That's all I'm going to ask. Just put a like on this thing. I was supposed to do a 30-minute show. I went to an hour just because I was in a good mood. I enjoyed talking with y'all. It's been fun. We talked football. We've enjoyed ourselves. And now let's hope that Texas goes out and handles their business over the weekend. So hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Thank you guys for making my date night special is all I got to say. And on that note, South End Zone Queen. Have a good weekend. The rest of y'all, go out and do something special for yourself. You absolutely deserve it. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys on Saturday.